Hello there! So today I have a book haul, an update, and a giveaway to do. This will probably be my last book haul until like December. I'm trying this new thing where I don't spend all of my money immediately. And there's another reason why I said December as well. So the summer's over, I'm back in school now. I had the most insane and amazing summer ever. Now that I'm sort of settled back into the routine of everything, a big chunk of my closest friends are in college now and I can't see them all the time. Gonna be filming a lot of videos this weekend. So I have bought some books since my book haul in June. I've also been reading a lot more than I've been able to this year, because recently I've been a lot less busy than I have been all year. I was in 2 different shows this year from January all the way until April, and during that time we were also shooting parallel on weekends, and then the summer happened. So I finished some books this year, but I've started a lot more that haven't been finished. So now I just have this stack of books that are unfinished, that I've read like 100 pages of and loved, but I had to sit down. So I've been going through those recently and just getting them done, and it feels so nice. I also deleted my Goodreads challenge because it was causing me too much stress and I realized that it was pointless. I mean, good for you if that can motivate you, and usually for me it can, but it was really just putting pressure on me that I didn't want. So reading slump is over, and it's a lot more fun now. You'll also be getting a lot of book reviews in the coming months now that I'm like going back and finishing books, and I'm also revisiting the books that I just haven't reviewed in the past couple of months. So I'm gonna get started with the book haul and then giveaway. The first book I want to show you is Just One Day by Gayle Forman. So Gayle Forman is the author of If I Stay, which was a wonderful book that I read 5 years ago when it had this cover. The nice blue with the tree. Those were the days. She has another duology, I'm pretty sure it's a duology, Just One Day and Just One Year. I loved If I Stay. I recently saw the movie and oh my god, I couldn't even make a video about it. I had nothing but praise and I didn't even know what to say. But whether you have or haven't read If I Stay, go see the movie. I've heard good things about this one too. I'm interested to see how Gayle Forman's writing style will go into another story, because all I've read of Gayle Forman is If I Stay, which was a very unique story, so interested to see how it'll be in a contemporary like this. So speaking of If I Stay, get ready for the judgment. I also bought the movie tie-in edition of If I Stay. But Tiernan, you have this copy. I know. I regret nothing. Look at this. It's so beautiful. I have a poster on my wall too. This is one of the best movie tie-in covers I've ever seen, and I had a gift card. So, your judgment does not affect me. I also bought The Giver by Lois Lowry, which I already showed in my movie review of The Giver. Also loved this movie. More details in the video, I'll leave the link in the description. I'm glad I got this copy because it has an introduction relating to the movie from Lois Lowry, which I really enjoyed reading. I also flew through reading this one. I was in the middle of kind of a reading marathon that week. It was so amazing. Even better than how I remembered it from 7th grade. So there is that. The next book I have is A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. Illustrations by Jim Kay. The illustrations in this are very interesting, and I know that I will appreciate them a lot more once I actually know what this is about, because I have no idea. I'm gonna read this in October. It's the kind of book that you can probably sit down with at night and be done with it by the morning, if you have an abnormal sleep schedule like I do. I have not read the Chaos Walking trilogy yet, and I really want to, and I think I'm going to read this one first, definitely. Next I have Landline by Rainbow Rowell. I wanted my collection to be complete. What I've read from Rainbow Rowell I absolutely loved, and I can't wait to read more of her books. I'm not sure if I'll read this one next. If you've read Landline yet, let me know what you thought of it. I know this is an adult book as opposed to Fangirl and Eleanor and Park being YA novels. I don't really think it'll affect anything, but is it a lot different? Did you enjoy it more? Let me know if you've read this yet. But I can now say that I have the complete Rainbow Rowell collection. I also bought Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson, which I'm really looking forward to reading, but I feel like I should do it over this summer, so I might hold off on this one. I read Amy and Roger's Epic Detour 2 summers ago, and I absolutely loved it. I made a review of it, but it was 2 years ago, so be prepared if you decide to watch it. But I will leave the link in the description. So I wanted to pick up her new book. I really enjoy the cover and the way the whole inside is decorated. I just think the whole thing is really interesting, and the concept as well. I'm definitely intrigued, so I'm probably gonna hold off on reading this. We all know I have plenty to read until next summer. I also received these 2 books from Penguin, which are I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. After reading a lot more about this book, I'm actually really interested, and it's definitely higher up on my TBR. And I've recently gone back to my old ways of reading 50 pages a day, so I finish books a lot more quickly, so hopefully I'm done with the whole empty, I'm excited to read this book, never does thing that I do a lot. She also wrote a book called The Sky is Everywhere, which I actually have never heard of, but apparently it's critically acclaimed, so I need to look into that one too. But this first. And they also sent me Isla and the Happily Ever After by Stephanie Perkins, which is the finale in the trilogy of companion novels, and in the French Kiss, Lola and the Boy Next Door. I don't need to explain this to any of you. Will any of you kill me if I tell you that I haven't actually read the first 2? I've definitely heard such amazing things. I'm so glad they sent me this, and I'm very much looking forward to reading it. Seriously. I'm also starting to listen to City of Bones by Cassandra Clare as an audiobook. It's definitely easier to get through an audiobook if you're having trouble getting into a series, I think. If you have monster books that you're too intimidated by, or you really want to get into something but you just can't. Audiobooks have honestly worked really well for me. I listened to The Hunger Games as an audiobook the first time that I read it. I also listened to Divergent as an audiobook. Tina Fey's Bossy Pants was hilarious, especially an audiobook. Anyway, you know what's coming. If you're interested in getting an audiobook for free, you can go to audibletrial.com/ChannonBE, no strings attached. So if you use that URL, the link will be right there in the description. You will get a free audiobook, and it will really help me out. So if you're interested, an audiobook that I would really recommend is Ellen DeGeneres' Seriously, I'm Kidding. I literally listened to it in 2 nights. I just laid in bed and laughed, like all night. That was probably really interesting to the rest of my family. Tell me you don't love Ellen DeGeneres. Actually, don't tell me that. Do not tell me that. Because you can't, is why you can't tell me that. So, listening to autobiographies as audiobooks, in my opinion, is a better experience than just reading one. The final book that I want to show you, well, I don't really want to show you, but I sort of had to buy this. I got the nice hardcover of 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James. I bought this for a challenge video that I filmed with some friends that will never ever see the light of day. And I also thought it would be appropriate for me to have it and to read some of it for my parody, but I really just based that off the trailer. I don't know if I will ever read 50 Shades of Grey. I'm thinking no, but I'm also thinking never say never. So it's not on the shelf, it's on top of my shelf facing this way so no one can see it. I don't know. I don't know. Alright, well that's all the books I have to show you. I think I didn't really make a list, but feeling like I'm forgetting some, but we're gonna move on. I have a couple of books to give away in a nice little package. It is the Proxy Duology by Alex London. We have Proxy, the first book, and Guardian, which is the sequel that just came out earlier this year. Both books are signed by Alex London. You guys have probably seen the video that I did with Alex London. It was super fun to film. We also did an interview, and I wasn't really happy with some of the footage. There was an air conditioner through most of it, and it was really annoying. When I tried to take it out, it didn't sound well, and by then I just felt like it was too late. So I'm gonna incorporate little parts of the interview into a book review that I'm going to do sometime in the next couple of weeks. But I thought I would do this giveaway in a book haul. So if you're interested, I would highly recommend reading Proxy. It's one of my favorites. Literally, if you don't have these books, I would highly recommend entering this giveaway. We're gonna do this through Twitter. You just have to be following me and Alex London. Links will be in the description. You just have to tweet using hashtag Proxy and hashtag TheBookTuber. And I mean, the best tweet wins. Tell me why you want this. Tell me your favorite candy. I'm not gonna limit you. I will select the winner through direct messages, so make sure you're checking your Twitter the next 2 weeks. This giveaway will end on September 13th, 2014. So if you're watching this before then, there's still time to enter. And I cannot do international shipping, unfortunately, so you have to live in the US to win this. I'm sorry. Some giveaways I've done have been international. This one, unfortunately, just cannot be. So that's it for this book haul update giveaway. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you very soon. Goodbye!